Hello, and I want to welcome you to the Motor Club of America MCA training. Congratulations on taking the first step towards your financial freedom. I do want to also welcome you to Team Trinity. You've made the best choice in choosing a team for MCA. I really do appreciate you having faith in me as your sponsor, and I can assure you that I will work with you and I will help as much as I possibly can to help you to be successful. And if you are not a member of MCA yet, and you've been doing research on MCA, and you've been, searching YouTube videos, and you want to know if MCA is legit, I can assure you that MCA is a legit opportunity. I've been very successful with the business. I know many other people who've been successful as well, and there is no reason why you can't be as well. If as long as you have a good work ethic, as long as you believe in yourself, and you're willing to implement the strategies that were already put in place, then I'm for certain that you can be successful as well. So before we begin, for those who have not joined Team Trinity, yet, I just highlighted some points about myself and what I can offer as a sponsor. The first thing I wanted to mention, as I said, we are dedicated to the success of a team as a whole, not the individual. It's been said like the team is only as strong as the weakest link, and I really do believe that. So I'm devoted to helping, anyone who believes in the MCA opportunity and believes in me as their sponsor to reach their goals, whether it just be part-time income or to make their full-time career. Either one is possible. Okay, and I do have a proven work ethic and dedication. This is not something that I do on the side. Like I said, I work from home full time, and I really do enjoy it. So I'm willing to, I do have extra time that I can devote to the business that other sponsors may not have, because perhaps they have other endeavors that they're pursuing as well. So I do have the time to focus and to really work with my teammates and answer any questions that you may have, and I am accessible um, at all times. Okay, I will not leave you stranded or brush you off when you have questions. Many sponsors, they get your money and they run. Okay, you sign up with MCA, you never hear from them again. They make sure you have your paperwork in, but they don't show you how to market. They don't show you what to do next. So I am there to guide you along the way. I set high expectations for myself and therefore for my team as well. I set goals for myself weekly. This is my full-time job. So, if I do not work, then, the bills don't get paid. So, I definitely work hard and I also want to, I have dreams to retire early as well. So I'm definitely working hard toward those goals. And, I do have the same expectations for those on my team. And one other perk for being on Team Trinity is that I get bonuses. If I see that you're working hard and, I see that you've been making sales, I feel like that's my way of saying thank you. Thank you for being the type of, teammate that I can rely on. So I do get bonuses based on your performance and your work ethic. Okay, and as you can probably see down here, I do refer to myself as the thrifty internet marketer. Why, you may ask? Well, I don't believe you have to spend a lot of money to be successful in internet marketing. There are definitely ways that you can advertise and get traffic to your website and get sales and do so on a budget. And I'm going to show you those ways if you become a part of my team. Okay, so these are the things we're going to cover in the training. The first thing is going to be the TVC Matrix back office. Then we're going to get into the Get Weekly Paychecks marketing system. We're going to learn how to create, forward, and mask your own domain and website. And then I'm going to leave you with my contact information. If you do have any additional questions or if you need me to walk you through the sign up process, I can do that as well. Okay, so the first question is, what is TVC Matrix? Now, this is a concept that's confusing to, many new associates, myself included. When I signed up, I went to the website that my sponsor told me to go to. I watched the video and, I was supposed to follow the steps to get started. And the first step was step one, to actually sign up for the service with MCA. Okay, so what you would do, if you haven't already done so, is go through step one, and that's going to lead you to the TVC Matrix website. Now, on this website, if I'm your sponsor, you're going to see a picture of me, and you're going to see our model, which is to help entrepreneurs achieve endless income from home. Okay, so you will see a picture of me and our model there. And when you become a member of MCA, you get a page just like this one. Okay, so this is just some more additional information on the sign up process. When you get to that page where you're actually, about to enter in your payment information, you want to make sure that my name, if I'm your sponsor, if I'm the one that directed you, that I'm listed as the sponsor, and that you do choose a unique username and password and email address, and make sure you write them down so you will remember them, or you'll have them on hand when you need to log into the system. Okay, so continuing on with TVC back office. Now, keep in mind, this is under step one. Now, TVC Matrix, here's some information here. It helps you keep track of your payments and your team members. You want to make sure that your information in TVC Matrix is correct, because this is basically the first page that people see when they sign up. So you definitely want to make sure that your picture here and your model here are professional. And you want to make sure that your personal info here are correct as well. One note is that the email address that you have in TVC Matrix, would be a good idea to have the same email address in the GWP back office, which we'll get to later. So once again, TVC Matrix is the system that helps you keep track of your payments. It helps you keep track of who's signed up, who's on your team, and it also has several resources that will help you, if you're presenting offline to potential recruits. Okay, so, here's continuing on with TVC Matrix. The first thing that you need to do once you sign up with step one. Now, after step one, you're official. You're an official MCA associate. If you wanted to, you could just go and, present to people offline, to present to family members, friends, neighbors. You could even go to like a trade show and set up a booth and present that way. So, this system, signing up under step one, does make you an official MCA associate eligible to receive payment for your referrals. So the first thing you need to do in order to get paid is to turn in your paperwork. So if you go to the Associates tab under TVC Matrix, and there's going to be a Sales Support Secondary tab, click on that. And these are the forms that you're going to need to turn in immediately. Now, I tell my team members, if you can do it the same day, within the same hour, please do so, because these important documents, um, are what is needed in order for you to get paid. So the first thing would be the TVC Independent Contractors Agreement, and this just sort of makes you official with MCA. The W-9 form for tax purposes, the direct deposit form. MCA actually only pays by direct deposit now. We don't pay with checks any longer. The accidental death and dismemberment form, and on that form you'll want to select your beneficiary, and this is important because you actually have 7 days to turn this form in, or you're no longer eligible to receive those benefits, which are $50,000 worth of benefits. And God forbid, if something did happen, at least you would know that money would go to your family, to protect your family in that sort of event. And also, last thing is your state and licensing document. Uh, you would have to go to the same tab, TVC Matrix, under Associates and Sales Support. If you scroll all the way to the bottom and select your state, then if you click on your state, it will actually show you if you need to turn in a state licensing form. And this is just once again to make sure that everything is legal. If anything should happen, say for instance you were posting in your local newspaper, and they wanted to check and see if you were a legit company, you want to make sure that you have those state licensing forms so you can pull those up in the event that that, an agency does ask about them. Okay, now if you're a member of my team, um, I do email these papers to you, but it's also important to just, know what they are, especially when you're going to be recruiting as well. Okay, so the number you want to fax the forms to is 405-607-2500, or you can mail them to this address at 3200 West Wilshire Boulevard, and this is TVC Matrix address, in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma 73116. Now, I suggest that you mail the forms in. Fax sometimes can be unreliable, especially if you're sending a fax and say like the company is closed or another fax is coming through, then sometimes documents can get lost. So I do recommend that you mail the paperwork in and not fax. It does take a few days longer, but also it covers you a little bit better because I mean, if they don't receive it, then you could have just made copies of the paperwork and then you can try to fax it in. Use faxing as a secondary option to mailing. Okay, now on the website, tvcmatrix.com, the back office website, they give you the option to email your direct deposit form with a voided check. You can email it to this email address, tvc@tvcmarketing.com. And, once again, I mean, I guess that I prefer email over faxing, but I just think that it's safest just to wait until you can go to your bank and, if you don't use checks, you can get temporary checks and just, mail that along with your other paperwork. Okay, so now we're going to get into the Get Weekly Paychecks marketing system. We're going to learn how to get set up with the system. We're going to learn how to get logged in, learn, the back office, the tabs there and the resources that are available to you, how to choose a capture page, and how to manage your leads. So your leads would be anybody who you tell about the service and they visit your website and they actually enter in their information on the main page just like you did when you signed up. So that person would be considered a lead. Remember, a lead is a person who has not signed up yet. Okay, so what is GWP? Okay, GWP is short for Get Weekly Paychecks. This is the site that has the presentation that you viewed, um, and it does the selling for you. And this will make your recruiting much easier. Now, you would access the Get Weekly Paychecks site by clicking on step 2 and then entering in your information here. And as you notice, it's $20 a month. So GWP is basically your marketing system for MCA/TVC Matrix. So consider this the door that everybody would have to go through in order to actually sign up for the MCA service. Okay, basically this site, which has the video presentation that you viewed, it does the selling for you. You don't have to, say you're on Facebook and you're promoting and you get 20 people interested. It would be very difficult to talk to all 20 people and to be able to give them the level of, professionalism that, each person does deserve. So it just makes it a lot easier. You can refer the person to the website and have them view the presentation that's already put in place for you. And the two men that run the Get Weekly Paycheck site, Shay and Bill, you'll actually meet them when we add you to the Facebook group. They know what works. So it's best, especially just coming in, to just go with the system that's already working. As it does continue on, and you start to get more comfortable with, how to market, then, you may be able to choose another option. But I highly recommend that you get the GWP system at the same time that you purchase your MCA membership. So, once again, it is $20 a month for the marketing system, GWP. And then whenever a person goes to your capture page and they sign up and do the same thing that you did, they sign up for the two steps the same way that you did, you get a $5 override on that recruit. So basically, if you can get 4 people to go to your website every month and sign up with MCA, not only are you going to get $320 for signing up those 4 people, but you're also going to get a free marketing system because each of those people, each of those persons are going to spend $5 So that would make $20 and which pays for your marketing system. Okay. Okay, so just moving on. This is how it looks when you get to the login page. Here is the address for GWP. You want to make sure you bookmark this page, and also I want to mention that you want to bookmark the tvcmatrix.com page as well. So bookmark this page and bookmark the tvcmatrix.com. It makes it, just easier when you're going to log in every day, to check your stats or, to manage your leads. So when you get to this page, you'll just enter in the email address and password that you should have received in an email after you signed up. So they will send you an email when you get signed up for GWP. And as I said earlier, it is a good idea just to have the same email address and password if you can, which will just make it easier to remember when you're logging into both systems. And that is something you want to get into doing daily, logging into both systems, just so you can take advantage of all the resources in TVC Matrix and so that you don't, overlook any leads that are in GWP. Okay, so moving on to once you're into the GWP system. Okay, the first thing that you want to do is go to your My Personal Info tab and make sure that all your information here is correct. Of course, you want to make sure that your phone number is there, that your, address, your email address, your TVC Matrix username, your Skype username if you have one, which I do recommend that you do get Skype. And you just want to make sure all these fields are correct, because when messages are sent to people who log into your website, the number that you have here is included in those emails. So you want to make sure that's correct, because if a lead of a person who's interested gets that email and sees that phone number and they want to talk to a real person and that number is not correct, then they're going to become discouraged. And that could have been a potential sale. So you definitely want to make sure that all this information is accurate, to know that people can reach you if they do have questions. Okay. Also, before I leave this page, I just wanted to remind you all that once you sign up with GWP, you want to be sure to have a PayPal, account. This is so you can get paid those $5 overrides. They actually pay you via PayPal, so please make sure you have a PayPal account. Okay, and here's some important tabs that I wanted to just review very briefly in GWP back office. Okay, the first tab is the Getting Started Guide. This is another one of those first tabs that you're going to want to visit when you log into GWP. This tab discusses, once again, how to get a PayPal account. If you don't already have one, it also talks about how to forward and mask your domain, which we will go over in the training as well. And then the next tab is the GWP training site. The resources underneath this tab have good methods of paid advertisements. If you click on this tab and you click all the way to the right, I believe it's under resources, they do have some, less expensive options if you are looking into paid advertising. Okay, MCA documentation. It has a list of the paperwork which we went over a few slides back that you would need to turn in when you do sign up for MCA. Capture pages. This is the initial page that a person sees when they visit your website. If you can remember the page that caught your attention when you signed up under your sponsor's link, you want to make sure that the page that you choose here also catches the next person's attention. A lot of times I recommend it if it caught your attention, then chances are, it's a profitable capture page for you. So I would recommend starting with that same capture page, and then later on you can test different capture pages to see which one brings more traffic and which one brings in more people who stay longer on the page and who actually enter in their information and continue with the process. Okay, and the last tab I wanted to go over is the Send a Broadcast tab. This is just a good resource to have with leads who may have visited your site 3 weeks ago and never went any further. They didn't even get a chance to watch the video. What I like to do is one time a month, at least once a month, is email those leads and just say, hi, this is Michelle Mitchell, recruiter with MCA. I noticed you were on my site a couple of weeks ago. I was just wondering if you had any questions. Did you get a chance to watch the video presentation? If you do have any questions after you watch the video, please give me a call. I'll be happy to help you get started, and I'll leave my phone number. So this is just a good way. I mean, sometimes you will get a person who comes back, and say, hey, I couldn't join a few months ago, but I'm ready to join now. So, it's definitely a good resource to have, that Send a Broadcast tab. Okay, so now we're going to review the most important aspect of the GWP back office, which is viewing and managing your leads. Okay, so as I said earlier, a lead is a person who just comes to the website, they view the page, they view your video, possibly, maybe they open some emails, but they haven't signed up yet, which means that that person hasn't been sold yet. So you have to, be able to close the deal. And these are tactics that I am going to show you if you do, decide to join my team, or for those who are on my team, you are in good hands because we're going to definitely go over some tactics that will definitely close sales. Okay, as well as produce leaders. That's what we're really about, is producing leaders. That's most important. Okay, so once you click on the View Leads tab, just to go over this lead that I have here, and of course I've deleted some of the person's information for that person's privacy. But starting in the middle here, this score is important. The higher the score in the middle, the more the lead is engaged. As you can see, this person is to an 11. So that means this person has probably been to the capture page, they probably watched the video, and they've opened a few emails. We know that they open emails two ways. By these stars. These stars mean that they've opened emails that are automatically sent from the GWP system. You don't even have to do anything. Once they log in, GWP automatically sends emails on your behalf to keep the prospect interested. So you can find out that they've opened emails by these two stars, and also by a button over here that says View Stats. And that allows you to see what page the recruit has viewed, and to see how far along they got in the process. And sometimes you can just give that person a call and say, you know hi, Mr. Stewart, I saw you on my website a little earlier. Did you get a chance to view the video presentation? Now you already know, because you clicked on View Stats, that that person hasn't had a chance to view the video presentation. So you want to encourage that person, go back to the website and, please take a look at my paid video presentation. It'll answer all your questions. And if you have any questions about how to get started, here's my direct line. I'll be happy to walk you through the process. But, do make sure that the person watches the video first before you talk to them. That's what the presentation is there for. You're paying $20 for the presentation, and you definitely want to get the most out of it. Okay, and the last thing here is you want to make sure to call the person. As I just said, once you do see that you have a new lead, call them and let them know just that you're a real person. And if you're on my team, then I do send you scripts as well, so you don't have to worry about what to say in that situation. Okay, so the last topic we want to discuss is how to forward and mask your domain. Now, there's actually a video on this in the GWP back office. But I just wanted to briefly go over this because I get, questions about this a lot. So this is going to be a brief overview, just so, whenever you're going through the process of getting your own unique domain, you can just sort of refer back to this document and see if, you are on the right track. Okay, so beginning, you want to choose a domain. When you get signed up with Get Weekly Paychecks, you notice that the domain looks like this. It's long, it's very cliche. Everybody's is the same, and the only thing different is the tail end, which is your username. Okay, now what happens when you post this website on social media, and sometimes like on other ad posting sites, it will be denied. They won't allow you to post it because there's so many other people with this same website. This part is exactly the same. The beginning part. So there's so many people posting from that website that they no longer accept any further ads, that direct to this cliche this basic website that you're given once you sign up with GWP. So it's important that you find a domain name that would fit you, first of all, and would fit what you're trying to represent in your business. So as you can see, my domain name is icreatemywealth.com. The reason I chose that domain name is because I feel that, a person should not be limited to, the wealth that they receive. A person should not have to, be told that no matter how hard you work, you're only going to get this certain amount of money per hour. I believe that, money is just paper and I can have as much of it as I want. And, so can you. That's just what I believe. So, my domain name represents my belief. I create my wealth, you know. Um, so you want to have a domain name that's creative to you, something that impacts you, something that would be catchy, something that's different, something that people will remember. So the first thing you want to do is go to GoDaddy.com. And when you do, this page is going to show up. It's going to say enter a domain name. So what you want to do once you've thought about, different domains and you've tried them out to see if they were already taken, you want to type in that domain here. So then I would just enter icreatemywealth.com and then search. And if it's available, then you definitely want to go ahead and purchase it. Of course, make sure that there isn't another domain that's close to it, because sometimes I've heard of people who have lost sales because their domain is so close to another domain. So, you definitely just, want to add your own uniqueness and your own flair to it. Make sure that it stands out. Okay, so once you've chosen your domain, you're ready to purchase. And, the purchase is complete. You're going to log into your account, and then you're going to scroll down on that main page and click on domains. When you click on domains, your domain should come up. Okay, once you click on launch, it's going to take you to a page that looks something like this. Okay, it may be a little different. I know that GoDaddy has been making changes, but this is sort of the print that you're going to be seeing. So then you'll know that, once you select launch, that you'll be in the right place. Okay, so you've selected your domain, you've clicked on launch, and it brings you've clicked on forwarding and masking. Or forgive me, it's actually going to be, you're going to click on forwarding and under domain, click manage. And that's what's going to bring you to this screen. Okay, so once you're on this screen, you're going to want to click on update forwarding. Okay, once you click on update forwarding, you're going to want to enter in the getweeklypaychecks.com website that you were given when you signed up with GWP. So enter in all that, it's already going to have the HTTP part for you. Enter in getweeklypaychecks.com / and your username. So enter all that in that space. You can click on forward only. I believe there's another option, to forward and mask, but I just click on forward. Forward only, and then you're going to click on edit. And that's it. I mean, it's really a very simple process, really very simple to do. And if you follow these steps, then, I mean, you'll have your domain up and running within a matter of hours. It does take a few hours for the domain forwarding to be complete. And I just have down here, you can call GoDaddy. They're open 24/7 if you have questions. And here's the number that you can reach them at 480-505-8877. Okay, so that completes the training. And I just want to thank you all for watching. And I left my web address here for my website if you're ready to get started with MCA. All right, it's actually going to be www.icreatemywealth.com. And then I've also left my name, my email address, mcateamtrinity@gmail.com, in case you're wondering about like some of the bonuses that are offered for being a part of my team, or if you're just wanting some more information on MCA, or maybe even some marketing tips, I'm glad to help. And here's the number to reach me if you needed me to walk you through the process or if you had any additional questions. And I'm also available on Skype. I'm not shy, I'm not scared, so you can call me on Skype and I'll be happy to assist you. All right. And I just want to congratulate you again on your decision to join MCA and especially congratulate you if you've chosen to be a part of our team, Team Trinity. We do believe in you, and as long as you believe in you, then you will do well. And all right. Thank you for watching. God bless everyone.